Sending this in. And remember when Pet Talk did our Harley motorcycle special on location at the Harley shop in Stratford? Well, take a look. Look at Honey. Isn't she just absolutely gorgeous? Well, she is a biker gal, and she's looking for a great home. She was rescued by a wonderful organization called Bikers Against Animal Cruelty, a terrific group of Connecticut motorcycle enthusiasts who are out to make a difference by fighting animal cruelty and working hard to raise money to help cover the costs of emergency vet care for animals who have been abused. And we are very, very happy to welcome the founders, VJ and his lovely wife, Cindy. The group is called B.A.A.C, that's for short. And also Lil is here, one of the members, who is a dog trainer, I just found out, and she is holding the beautiful Honey, who is looking for a beautiful, beautiful home. Yes, and you're going to meet Honey in a second, and she is just precious. And guys, thank you so much for being here. It's such a wonderful organization. Many folks out there might not have heard of you because you're sort of in Upper Connecticut. So first of all, let's talk about your mission.
Well, our mission mostly is to help as many animals as we could through fundraising and financial means like that. And we also like to educate people on responsible pet ownership and define what neglect and abuse is. In a lot of cases, people don't even realize what's going on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, right.
I know when we did our Harley special, it was great. We just loved it because there are, motorcycle enthusiasts, bikers that you wouldn't think at first, like animal lovers, and it was just overwhelming. And of course, that's what your group is made up of. So where do you guys come from? All across Connecticut?
We're actually a national organization. We try to spread out more. We have members in Florida and Texas as well right now. And all throughout Connecticut, it stretches like from all the way up to Stafford Springs.
Wow.
To New Haven.
Now we're going to meet Honey in a second, but I want to take a look at some great before and after photos. You rescued some of these dogs, and they were just in dire circumstances.
Yeah.
Let's start out with Locke. Tell me about Locke.
We had severe mange, and somebody just dropped him off on a shoulder rather than treat it.
When we picked him up, he was severely emaciated, neglected, had no fur. His tail looked like a rat tail. It was just all skin, and we had somebody willing to foster him, and she just stepped right up to the plate and was like, she worked with him, feeding him, every couple hours for him to start getting weight and gaining his strength back, and dipping him every other day with medicated bath just so that his fur would start growing back.
And has he been adopted?
His foster mom fell in love with him.
And so many of us, and she adopted him. That's so terrific. And again, you paid for the medical bills and chipped in there and saved that dog's life. Scooter's another one.
Scooter's from our member down in Texas. She was notified about him. He was found behind a McDonald's with a half-severed paw. And he too had he was tested high for heartworm. She scooped him up and took him to her home, brought her to the vet. They couldn't save the paw. The infection was too bad, so they had to amputate his leg. Right when she went to pick him up from the vet, his spirits were so high already just from feeling so much better. He was jumping up on her and everything. He got adopted in no time. Chance was our first rescue.
Yeah, right.
He was just so emaciated. He had pressure sores, like sticking it just all over his body. He was abandoned in an apartment.
They moved out and left him behind.
A lot of people do that, but then again, you paid for his medical bills, and he's doing fine.
Oh yeah, he's got a wonderful home up in New Hampshire now.
Love that. So great to hear.
Hiking and just enjoying life.
And all because of you guys. Max wasn't as positive an outcome, but you did try to save Max.
We did our best, yeah. And in honor of him, we've created Max's Project, which is to help get dogs unchained.
The backstory is that he was chained up, and you were just
pretty much neglected from a pup.
And it sort of the chain even
he grew around the collar. It's called
Yeah.
embedded collar. It happens more than you think. It's just disgustingly terrible.
It's terrible. So we want to help join in your fight against chaining, because we've talked about that before on the show. And we also want to join in your mission to adopt. So that brings us to Honey. Lil, Honey is just a sweet little Rottweiler. Tell us more about her. And you've been training her.
Yeah, she's a good girl. She came up from the south. She was very emaciated and was also heartworm positive.
But look at her
Yeah,
now.
I know.
Yeah.
It's really
She's
great.
so beautiful. What kind of home would you like to find for Honey?
A home where they're going to give her a lot of attention.
Look at this face, folks, because she would make a great pet for you. This is beautiful Honey. Also, we want to tell you all out there about two events coming up. that everybody here can take part in. You've got a pet toy fun run.
It's kind of like they do toy runs for children. A lot of times the motorcycle events, we kind of do that for dogs.
Dogs and cats.
Dogs and cats.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess. You bring, pet toys instead of children's toys, or just all-around donations.
Dog food, pet
dog
treats,
food, pet
towels,
treats.
blankets, anything to aid shelter
Shelters.
dogs.
Okay, and
Or
you also
cats.
have a day for pit bulls, pit bull awareness.
That's actually, they started several years ago, I guess.
Yeah,
but
we
it's,
started that 3 years
it's
ago.
a national Pit Bull Awareness Day, so there's events going on simultaneously that day all over the country.
Great.
Right.
And ours is in New Haven at Edgerton Park.
And I think that's so important. And folks, you can get in touch with Bikers Against Animal Cruelty. You guys have a website.
BikersAgainstTheAnimalCruelty.org.
They're all run on donations.
Right.
And you're volunteering your time to help our animals. And I just think it's wonderful what you are doing. And thank you so much for being
Thank
here,
you
all
for
of you.
having
And of course,
me.
I would like a ride on your Harley soon.
And